Hey guys, so it is live lettering Thursdays. I'm gonna just stay here for a couple seconds in case somebody wants to hop on. Everybody's overwhelming vote today was for brush marker lettering, so I'm gonna do a little bit of that. I have some of my favorites listed here. This is definitely not at all anywhere close to all of them. But these are a couple that I use regularly. So, any requests for something to write? Because that's always the hardest part for me trying to practice is coming up with stuff to write over and over again. But thank you guys who are hopping on to watch. Hopefully it is somewhat entertaining and informational. As always, there is a very good chance that my dogs will start barking in the middle of it. The excitement of working from home, right? All right, so I'm going to go over what these are that I have laid out, and then I'll write a couple things. So this one is by far the one that I use the most often, especially for Instagram posts and just kind of my own work. It is a Tombow Fudenosuke pen. There's two different tips. You can have a hard tip and a soft tip. This is the hard tip version. If it will focus on that, let's see. Not really, does it? Okay, there we go. So it's just kind of a felt tip marker, but the thing about brush markers is they're going to give you that nice calligraphy look and feel without having to actually use a pointed pen. So as you press down harder, it bends with you and gives you the nice thick and thin strokes. So that is the Tombow F pen, I just call it because that word is super fun to say. This is a Tombow also. It is the dual brush pen. So one end is a really big brush marker, and then the other end is a nice fine tip, which is really good pairing to have the nice same colors, and also for shadowing or design work or anything like that that goes along with it. And then this one's much, much bigger though. So just as an example, you can see the difference in stroke size there. So that's those two. And then I haven't used this one a ton yet. I actually just got it, but it's a lot of my lettering friends' favorite. So it's a Pentel sign pen, Pentel touch sign with a brush tip. So same thing, it looks pretty much like a normal pen, but when you apply pressure, you get that nice stroke difference. And then this is a Copic sketch. So this comes in all variety of colors. This is also a double-ended marker, but this one has a nice chisel tip on one side and then the brush on the other end. So you can see mine has an angle to it from where I always write the same way. So this one is another giant one, so not necessarily great for small detail work, but a really good brush. And then this last one that I have here is an aquash brush. So you can, let me see if I have one. Yep, you can put actual inks in it. So this one has black ink in it, and it squeezes out much. Let's see if I can get it to come through without making a giant mess. Oh, there we go. There's a mess. That's always fun. So you can put water in it. This is a mixture of water and ink in this one. So it works much like painting would if you're painting with watercolors or something like that. So you can put inks in it. This is, like I said, is a mixture of ink and water. And this one, I just have water, so I can use it with any watercolor or dip it in an ink color that I want to use as opposed to filling the entire thing. So that would work like dipping it in, getting some water flowing through, maybe, and then much the same as the other one. So those are the brushes that I have out for now. Or brush markers, I guess. So I'll write a couple things with probably my favorites here, and then take requests if anybody has them or answer any questions, and that'll be that for today. So let me get this ink out of the way because goodness knows I am prone to spilling. So shift my paper up here a little bit and we'll get going. So with this Tombow, just the great thing about these, like I said, it's a little bit easier to practice because you're not carrying around a pointed pen, which if you voted and didn't really even know what I was talking about, this standard thing that I did last week is a pointed pen, and you get the same effect as you push down. This is just easier because you don't have to, not easier as in skill-wise, easier as in materials-wise, because you don't have to have dip and ink and pen. So important things are the downstrokes you're supposed to be your heavy strokes, and your upstrokes are your light strokes. So as you apply more pressure, that marker tip bends with you, and it gives you that nice thick stroke on your downstroke. So that's that. And then my other favorite here, these big guys. The good thing about these Tombow ones is they're also blendable. So if I had a second color out of this Tombow marker, you can blend it. But I like having the dual tip with it, so you can go back in and add some shadowing and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's kind of a quick little breakdown of brush pens. Are there any questions or anything like that from those of you that are here? Hey Amanda, hey Vanessa. All right, so I'll do a quick little quote here, just to kind of show the different things that you can do, and then we'll call it a successful Thursday, huh? Hi Nest, love you guys. Where do I get those pens and papers? Yeah, so I order the Tombow, I'm not going to say that word again. I can spell it out for you guys if you want it. Just if you type in Fude, Tombow, as in Tombow, Fude. I order these from Amazon all the time. You can buy them at some specialty craft stores, but I order mine from Amazon. And like I said, there's 2 different brush tips. So I've gotten to like the hard one now that I have a little bit more control. The soft one just bends more, so you'll get more of that stroke with having to put less pressure, I guess. Hey cousin, how are you? Yep, definitely Amazon life. So I get that one from Amazon. You can definitely order these Tombow Dual brush pens on Amazon also. They come in sets of probably 8 to 10, or you can buy a giant 96 set or whatever it is. I have that. Let's see if I can get it out without spilling it everywhere. All of these lovely, lovely colors here, and this nice stand, which I know is really hard to see, but let's see if I can pick you guys up. There you go. All kinds of colors. So you can definitely order the entire set through Amazon. Tombow has their own site, of course. Ooh, I lovely smeared my watercolor there. Or Michaels has recently started selling Tombow Dual brush pens in the small packs. Awesome. The small packs come in just a variety of colors. So there's ones that are meant for artists painting like skin tones. There's bold ones, bright ones, all kinds of stuff. So that's those. Pretty much all of these you can get on Amazon, so I'm just going to keep saying that. Obviously support local art stores because small businesses rock and we need help. But aquash brushes, there's tons of these types of these too. This is a Pentel, they come in 3 different varieties. So this is a fairly small tip, and then let's see if I have some others here. The one that already had black ink in it is a little bit bigger, and then I have a giant one somewhere. Where is it? Here it is. This one has like a super big brush tip on it, so if there was anything in it, you can see how thick that downstroke would be. So you don't have, these are, of course, can be used for other things besides lettering. That's just what I have them for. And then here's an example of a different one. This is the Curatake brand. So it has, of course, its own tip too. A little bit medium-sized there, I guess. Yeah, so great question. The paper. Yeah, so paper is super important when you're working with brush pens and calligraphy pens, but brush pens especially. So these marker tips that we're talking about here will fray on really rough paper. So having a really good, smooth paper to practice on will prolong the life of your brush pen, which, of course, when you buy as many pens as I do, you want them to last as long as possible so that you don't have to keep buying them over and over again. So this paper that I'm using here is a Rhodia dot pad. So this is by far my favorite papers for anything. Really for anything. Of course, I'll practice and do sketches on just cheap computer paper. But anytime I need to actually write something for a finished client, whether it's watercolor, they sell watercolor, not watercolor, anything I'm doing with brush markers, Rhodia is the best. And I can carry this around with me, and you'll see if I flip through, there's just tons of random quotes and practice in here. Hey, yep, that pink is super pretty, isn't it? One of my favorites. And of course, there's all of the colors here. There's tons of that marker. There's probably like 6 different pinks. So here's like a muted blush type too. So Nessa, to answer your question, paper, Rhodia is by far my favorite for smooth. This is the dot pad, so it just has the dots there. There's also lined ones and blank ones. I tend to like blank ones, but dots are good for practicing writing in straight lines. So great questions. Yeah, get better at doodling. That's how you get better at anything, is to doodle about it. Yeah, perfect. Any other questions, guys? Hey, Roy. Hey, Fun. That's awesome. I can't wait to see the new house, and you guys got it for sure. Good luck with all that driving. It's going to be a long trip. Of course. Thanks for hopping on, Vanessa. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. If you hopped in a little late, just going over some basics of brush markers, which was the overwhelming vote from yesterday's story. So it's just a nice way to get the up and down light and dark strokes without having to use a pointed pen. And it's got definitely a different feel to it. So lots of people like it better. I like both equally. These are definitely easier to carry around, like I said. But all right, guys. So I'll flip this page over, give us a little bit of blank page here, and then anybody have a quote or a phrase or a name or anything they want me to letter really quickly before I sign off? All right, let's see. Out of my mind. All right. Lots of midweek blues, I guess. So let's see. Nest. Okay, we can do nest. Let's see. We'll do it with I'll do it with all of the pens if I can, and then you can kind of see the difference in, oh, you are hilarious. I'm not writing that word. Great word and great for practicing, but not enough space. Maybe I'll do it one day for a post though. All right, nest. So I'll write nest with all the different pens next to each other so you can kind of see the difference in what the different pens can do. That's not even on screen. So there you go. So that's my Tombow F pen. Here is one of the dual brush pens. Oh, cousin. Got to get names down. That'll be fun. She's having a baby, for those of you that don't know. So they're still trying to decide on names. So there's that much bigger dual brush pen. Stroke. What else do we have? My Pentel Sign pen. Let's set this out of the way so I can write. What else do we have? So the Copic, this is another big one, so it might go across the whole page. Can you still see that? And then, the aquash. Let's see if I can, you guys are making me open my ink again. That's always dangerous. All right. Tried not to spill it. And then nest. So, let's see. I think you can see this. All right, guys. So that might be a little bit better example of all of the different stroke sizes, and my style definitely changes depending on what pen I'm using. So it's important to know that, especially Vanessa, if you're trying to get started, that you're definitely going to like some pens better than others, and some are just going to feel more natural to you. So if you get one and you absolutely hate it, don't give up on lettering. Get a different pen and try it out. Now that being said, the pen does not make the letterer. You actually got to put in the time to practice. And for those of you that have been to one of my workshops or watched any of the other videos, you know that there's a lot of basic muscle memory work involved in learning to letter. It's not just pick it up and learn like we did when we were in school. There's a lot of basic strokes and practice that goes into it. So it can definitely be frustrating, but it's great once you kind of have that aha moment. So, all right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in to my second ever Instagram Live. So, thank you, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.